Get the latest in local news anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com. We are 26 minutes ahead of the hour here on this Monday. 38 degrees, partly cloudy in Clinton. It feels like 31 degrees outside here this morning.
Local information that makes a difference. Here's your regional weather.
Partly sunny today. Temperatures in the upper 50s. A south-southeast wind at 10 to 15 miles an hour today. Wind gusts near 30 miles per hour. Chances of showers and storms throughout the night tonight. Lows around 50 degrees. A south wind at 15 miles an hour. Wind gusts tonight near 30 miles an hour. New rain tonight between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch. Higher amounts if we see some thunderstorms. Showers and storms through the day on Tuesday. Temperatures will top out at 60 degrees by the noon hour and drop into the 40s the rest of the day. South winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour will shift from the west in the afternoon, and wind gusts exceeding 30 miles per hour. New rain on Tuesday between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch, and higher amounts again where we see thunderstorms. Cloudy skies Tuesday night, lows around 18 degrees. A west-northwest wind 15 to 20 miles an hour. Wind gusts Tuesday night near 30 miles an hour. Wednesday sunny, highs of 30. A chance of snow Wednesday night mixing with freezing rain in the early morning hours. Thursday, lows around 22. Afternoon snow on Thursday, highs of 30 degrees. And Friday, cloudy, highs in the upper 30s. Across central Illinois here for this Monday morning, 44 degrees in Bloomington, 41 in Hayworth, 39 in Leroy, 42 in Farmer City, 42 in Champaign, 41 in Monticello, 44 in Decatur, 41 in Mount Pulaski, 43 in Lincoln, 47 in Springfield, and 46 in Peoria. 38 degrees, partly sunny in Clinton, feels like 31 outside. Southwest winds at 10 miles an hour, 83% humidity, 10 miles of visibility here for this morning. Get the latest in local weather at DeWittDailyNews.com.
The Miller Media Group is looking for someone who's local in sales and wants to advance their career. We have an immediate opening for an account executive who understands the importance of small businesses to our local economy. Just bring your sales expertise to us and we'll train you with above average pay along the way. Prove yourself to us and you could be promoted to sales manager for our radio group with a great compensation package. It all starts with an email to sales@randyradio.com. That's sales@randyradio.com. We're an equal opportunity employer.
AgroLiquid is precision crop nutrition. That means being committed to product performance, to research and field testing, and to superior agronomics. Most of all, AgroLiquid is committed to delivering precisely the right nutrition in the right way, including seed-safe planter plus side dress applications and foliar applications with low burn risk. AgroLiquid. Apply less, expect more. Find a retailer at agroliquid.com.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing and always need to stick your fingers to test your blood sugar. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. Apply a discrete sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger sticks. If you are living with type 1 or type 2 diabetes and you administer insulin 3 or more times per day or use an insulin pump, you might be eligible for a CGM through your insurance benefits. U.S. Med partners with over 500 private insurance companies and Medicare. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill your insurance. Call us today for a free benefits check.
800-690-2320. 800-690-2320. 800-690-2320. That's 800-690-2320.
You're listening to The Morning Show on the Big 1520 across Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. My guest in studio this morning is Rennie Cluver. He is the executive director of the Clinton YMCA. The Morning Show, by the way, streams live to Facebook Live and YouTube, and it's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Hey, good morning, Rennie. How are you, sir?
Good morning. Great to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in and talking with us as always. Good to have you. And why Survivor continues to roll along. I can't believe it. We're in what, week 8?
Week 8.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I saw the thing up yesterday. I was in the Y, and the folks in the level 1 are up to 5 hours per week. So
Yeah, and I think 6 is the max,
Yeah,
right? So you've
6,
got,
yep.
and it goes 12 weeks. So
Mhm.
you've got this week and next week, and then it is going to go up to 6. So this is the toughest part of it for
Yeah.
those that are surviving.
Yeah, for sure. And my wife, in her infinite wisdom, signed me up for 6 hours per week to work out. That's level 2. That you have to work, do 6 hours per week. And at first I thought it was going to be really tough, Rennie. With basketball being going again and all the traveling I have to do for that, I thought it was going to be really tough. But I can get to about 5, and then that last hour is really tough. But I'm able to fit it in most weeks.
Well, and Seth, I'm so proud of you to do that, because that's tough. And think about it. 2 years ago, could you even think about
Oh no,
doing 6 hours of
No.
exercise a week? So,
No.
I mean, that's a testament of you deciding that health and wellness was going to be important, and you were going to put in the time. And there obviously is a reason why you continue to do it. It's obviously your life is better. You feel better, healthy. And that just is a great testament of the program, the Survivor program, and how it can be a jumpstart for people to get that way, to where after 12 weeks, look, it's not over. Now it's a lifestyle, it's a routine. And so that's what we always hope that happens.
And I told you this last year when it was done, that I really felt like it set me up for a good routine going down the road. A Monday, Wednesday cardio, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday lift, take Saturday off, Sunday get back in and lift again. So I felt like it really set me up for a good routine there, and I've enjoyed it ever since. Now, the process itself is miserable.
Yes.
You're in there. I start with 20 minutes on the bike, and I don't hate every second of it, but I get to about minute 12 and I'm like, I've got 8 minutes of this left, and then you go to the weights and it's like it's just literally weighing on you and all of that stuff. But when you're done, you feel so good. The rest of your, especially if I do it in the morning, the rest of the day is, that heartbeat's going. I remember I did grit with you one time, and you said, this will stay with you for the rest of the day. I didn't know what you meant by that. And then by the end of the day, I was like, I have felt really awake today. And grit's tough, man. Grit's a tough one. So that was a good workout to start the week.
You said it perfectly too, is that feeling after you're done. I wish we could bottle that up and sell it, and people would be so much healthier. But, I did grit this morning at 5:30, and it's probably the toughest grit we've done out of 39 different blocks.
Oh my gosh,
of
those
grit.
Les Mills classes, they get tougher and tougher with each one.
And we had a great group this morning, and it was quiet at the end. There wasn't a lot of talking because it was 30 minutes of just, but then I heard 2 different guys say, gosh, I feel so much better. It is, I would say, painful, but you got to put in the work, but you feel so much better at the end. Like, I accomplished something. I accomplished more from 5:30 to 6 than I could probably the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And so it is that feeling of, gosh, we accomplished something, and it's great.
Folks at home probably know John Pine, and
Yes.
and I worked out with him. He does one of the aerobic / cardio classes that I do on Monday and Wednesdays, and we're walking down the stairs from the aerobics room upstairs, and he says, gosh, I enjoyed this so much. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, yeah, I get it. Like, I'm sweating to death, and I'm going to be and I'm tired and I'm worn out, but you love it at the same time. It's an interesting psychological flip, at least for me. Like, I just couldn't have ever imagined I'd be where I'm at. So, and like I said, the Survivor program sets everyone up for that foundational routine that they'll hopefully take into the rest of the spring and summer when things get busy and all of that. But I'm curious, Rennie, why Survivor? Do you find that it helps people, lay a foundation for their spring and their summer routines? And if their first time, to working out, do you find that it lays that foundation for them?
I think so, just because of the amount of weeks that it is. I mean, 12 weeks. We talked about this before, and that, not even with exercise, but anything to make it a habit, you have to do it over several amounts of weeks or minutes, hours throughout your day, months, to get in a routine and make it part of your lifestyle. And so 12 weeks with, the amount of exercise that you're doing and adding an hour each week, it either makes it or breaks you. Right? Where you're like, after this 12 weeks, I'm done. I'm never doing this again. Well, guess what? A lot of those people, that happens. But what happens is 12 weeks down the road, 6 months down the road, they're like, I'm going to I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
And I thought that on the way here, that there's so many people that get in that position to where they do exercise and then they just fall off the wagon and they're like, I'm done with it. And guess what? Then they started again.
Mhm.
And at least starting and stopping it, you know, that I'd say that's a win. That's a success.
Yeah,
At least you're
yeah.
not totally just saying, I'm going to just forget about exercise. They know the importance, and they just have to make it a priority in their life.
Yeah, and I think about you know, things like, you know, starting and stopping, and that's one thing I just want to, myself at least, is avoid, just because when you stop, you lose so much ground. You know, I don't know if I
Mhm.
told you this. I got sick through most of the month of December. I got a cold that lasted about 2.5 weeks, really limited what I could do. Got sick later in the month, and that limited what I could do. And when I got towards the end of that time, I really could see my physique dropping. Like I could see the muscle mass I had accumulated falling off. And when I got back to it, it was just so tough to, you know, I'd start up again and I'd be sore. So I'd take a day off. Then I'd start up again and I'd be sore again. So I'd take a day off. And like, it was just so hard to like get back to where I was. But I feel like I'm back there again. But that for me, starting and stopping really isn't an option because of how hard it is to start back up again.
Right. You realize how much work it took you to get to that point.
Yes, for sure.
It's tough just to throw it away.
Yeah.
I would say to anybody that's looking at getting into and want to find out the results of people working at the Y and you know, just not sure about a health and wellness routine or even exercising, I would say come to the Y and just walk through the Y, especially in the morning, say from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, anytime, and look at the senior citizens that we have
Mhm.
that are utilizing the wellness center,
Mhm.
the cardio equipment, the weights, our aquatic center
Mhm.
where people are, and they are religious
Mhm.
in doing it. And if you were to sit down and ask them, why do you keep doing this? Because they know how much better their life, especially as you get older,
Mhm.
the more time you take off and don't stay in routine. And their doctors are telling them too, you keep doing whatever you're doing, you keep doing it.
Mhm.
Your
Mhm.
blood pressure is down. We're taking you off diabetic medicines.
Mhm.
Your joints are so much better. Keep doing it. And so, and that age group is probably our biggest increase of percentage in membership.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you brought that up. Again, Rennie Cluver is the executive director of the Clinton Y, our guest in studio, because I was thinking about this. We haven't touched on it a lot in recent visits, is that, you know, there is, I believe it's called the Silver Sneakers program. Tell us about this. What's this all about?
Yeah. And there's several different ones out there. Anybody that's interested in it, you just need to check with your insurance provider. And it's usually if you're a senior citizen, it's usually your secondary
Mhm.
provider. Contact them and say what incentives, what health and wellness, because a lot of them, Silver Sneakers is one of them. There's Renew Active, there's AARP, there's different ones out there that insurances will help cover the cost of your membership.
Mhm.
Silver Sneakers, for instance, you don't pay a dime,
Mhm.
and we just submit each month how many times you come to the Y, and then we get reimbursed from your insurance company.
Mhm.
Which, you know, more and more insurance companies are doing that. So if you really think about it, it's not rocket science. Why are insurance companies paying people, especially elderly people, senior citizens, to go to a health and wellness center?
Reduces their costs.
Yes, because the cost for medicines and
Mhm.
hospitalizations, doctor bills is way out more. It's a
Mhm.
lot more money than paying for their $40 a month membership to a wellness center.
Yep.
That makes them a lot healthier.
Sure, and we should mention, I know we'll talk about some of the programs coming up, but the Y is more than just, you know, working out, group fitness classes, the swimming pool. There's activities for kids. There's you know, just activities for adults. You know, I know there's a men's basketball league that is
Yes.
formed and that sort of thing. So there's more to the Y than just those things, Rennie. Just speak to that. You know, what other things the Y offers, and I've got a follow-up question to that.
Sure. I mean, all the youth sports now, you know, a couple years ago when we were just into the pandemic, we saw a huge drop because no one was able to do anything. And now we're seeing a huge increase in kids being outside and or even coming to our basketball program. We're going to be doing soccer later on, just to increase in parents understanding the importance of getting their kids and being active. You could come to the Y after school almost any day of the week, and our gym is full of kids, and not even just kids from our own school district. We've got kids coming from all around to come there to be active and play basketball.
Mhm.
We've got people coming in and playing pickleball.
Mhm.
We've got our tumbling numbers are increasing. We've got a karate group that comes in. There is so much that is going on at the Y. And I'm the director. It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
And we love it because that's what we're there for the community.
Well, let's dive into this, Rennie, real fast before we go to break. Let's say there's someone out there listening and saying, "Oh, Rennie, that sounds great. You know, the Y, I'm sure it's a great place, but I just can't afford whatever the membership is per month. And I just can't afford to put my kids through those programs and, you know, all of those things. I'd love to work, you know, just walk the treadmill for a couple hours a week, but I just can't afford it." Talk a little bit about how you help families afford those things.
Sure. There's a process that you can get an application. Actually, it's on our website too. You can come in and even ask for it. We'll give you an application to see if you qualify for assistance that, you know, we try to fundraise through every day of the year. We're trying to fundraise to help people with scholarship money to afford membership and programming costs for youths and seniors and single parent families. So just come in, grab an application, fill out the information, provide us with what we need. And Gretchen, our membership director, goes through it. We got a sliding scale and we get back to you and say, look, you may qualify for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, up to 70% off of a membership, depending on your financial situation.
Sure.
And we don't want to turn away anybody. And so just really we'll work with you. And, you know, going back to and I said this to a lot of people, you know, as far as what's affordable, you think about look at the things that you're spending on right now. And let's say adult membership is $40 a month, or roughly $41 a month. There's a lot of things that you're probably spending on that's not great for your body, that you cannot not afford to spend $40 a month for your health. And so you may just need to look at what else you're spending your money on and go, I need to change my priorities and maybe change.
Yeah. And I remember, you know, going back to before I started working out at the Y, I would maybe buy 2 or 3, you know, 4, even 5, so, you know, big sodas per week, you know, and those are $1. And so you take out $5 through the course of a week, and you take out, you know, 4 weeks out of the year. That's half of a Y membership that I just cut out from what I was doing. And so, you know, there's other, you know, vices and things that we all battle that we can, you know, I'm sure we all could think of that we could take out and afford things like a Y membership. But in the meantime, Rennie, you mentioned folks can inquire about, you know, assistance for the memberships. There's lots of programs going on. The Wellness Center is always open. How about those things? And where do folks learn about them, I should say?
Yes, I think our website, we've updated it just within the last year, and it provides a lot of information. You just go to our website, ClintonCommunityYMCA.com, and check it out. We should have everything there. And if you got any questions, feel free to call, stop in and ask. We've got literature that you can grab about our classes that give detailed summaries of what each class is. You can also find those on the website as well. I mean, that's my biggest recommendation.
Very good. Rennie Cluver, Executive Director of the Clinton Y, our guest in studio. And again, the WHOW Morning Show streams live to our Facebook page and YouTube channel. It's all brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. More to come with Rennie Cluver and the Clinton Y on WHOW.
This is the RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. No trading today due to the federal President's Day holiday. Here are the closing numbers from this past Friday. Corn higher, beans higher, and wheat trading steady. March corn 654 1/4, up 4 1/4. May corn up 3 1/2, 652 3/4. December corn 597 3/4, up 1 1/4. March beans 1601 1/2, up 9 1/2. May beans 1603 1/2. Up 7 1/2. November beans 1463 3/4, up 3. March wheat ending Friday 797, down a penny. May wheat down 3/4, 804. July wheat $8 3/4, up half a penny. March bean meal 447.90, down 130. March bean oil 67.57, up 76 cents. Closing numbers, livestock from Friday. February live cattle 143.25, down 15 cents. March feeders down 77 cents, 165.42. April lean hogs 109.40, up 182. Jim Taylor, RFD Radio Network.
New trucks and SUVs are coming here at Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton. This is Scott Baum. Yes, we have new inventory arriving, and you can see what will arrive right on our website. Just click on the pre-order and reserve tab. From there, you will find vehicles in transit and vehicles in production. Or just call our sales staff and we'll help. Find Silverados, Equinoxes, Blazers, including Tahoes and Suburbans, as well as our complete Buick line of SUVs. BaumChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
Here's a supply chain update from Dave Jackson, owner of your Clinton Save-A-Lot. As a local store owner, I've learned many lessons from the last 2 years, from keeping my shelf stocked for you to selecting the freshest meat and produce and other items you buy every day. I want you to know that we've utilized our off-site storage facilities to beef up our inventory levels to avoid running out of items you buy. While there's no playbook for what we've all experienced, you have my personal commitment to keep our shelves stocked every day. Your Clinton Save a Lot appreciates your business, and we hope to see you soon.
This is The Morning Show on 92.3 FM in DeWitt County, WHOW.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence, and my guest in studio, Rennie Cluver, is the executive director of the Clinton YMCA. And again, the WHOW Morning Show is streaming live to our Facebook page and YouTube channel, and it's all brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Rennie, let's talk youth soccer and some things going on there. First of all, registration for Y Youth Soccer is coming up. Tell us about what's going on here.
Yes, we're just finishing up here in another couple of weeks of our basketball program. And so I believe the first week here in March, we have registration open for soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And soccer will start towards the end of March. I think it starts the first Saturday back from spring break. Really neat deal. Chris Hammer reached out to me, and Chris teaches over there in Lincoln, and he's going to help sponsor the Lincoln High School soccer team. Is going to come and do a free clinic for everybody. You don't even have to be part of the YMCA Youth League Soccer sign up, but so it's going to be great. It's going to be I don't want to give the wrong date, but it'll be that. I think that's that first Saturday back from spring break, and it'll be 1 to 3 o'clock at the high school indoors. If it's nice out, then we can go outdoors, but we're just planning that. Who knows what it's going to be like. So we're
and you've got
the
space for both inside and outside.
Yes,
so
and
that's
we're so grateful that the high school is allowing us to be able to use that to get that many kids. I mean, our soccer program will have 100 plus kids in it, which is great. Great to see.
So be on the lookout for that information. Do folks need to register for that clinic that you're talking about there, Rennie?
I don't think so. But we know that the kids that are going to register for our program, so we'll know those numbers.
Okay.
But it'll just be open, 1 to 3 on that date. Come in, and you don't have to pay for it. It's a free clinic.
That's cool.
So we'll have a good idea of the total numbers just because we're going to have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
And any that trickle in that aren't in our program, which is probably going to be rare. But we can estimate how many total.
Now, how does Y Soccer work? Do you break the kids up into age groups? Do they have like weekly matches? How does that program work?
Yeah, just like we do a fall soccer, and it's a lot like our basketball too. So you've got pre-K, they're separate. They don't practice. They practice before their games on Saturdays, and they do a little 20-minute practice, and coaches work with them, and then they play. And then you got K1, and they'll practice once a week. You have second grade and third grade, and then fourth, fifth, and sixth will be a group, and possibly seventh and eighth, depending on if we've got those older kids. As we get older, we know that soccer, there's no soccer in junior high or high school yet here in Clinton. So we see those numbers start to dwindle, but we've had some older kids stay with it, and so we would like to accommodate them as well.
Sure, very good. So be on the lookout for that information at the Y website. The best place to find that?
Yes, and our Facebook page.
Okay.
There's also our Facebook page for youth sports as well that will send out that information.
Very good. So keep those things on the radar, and a great partnership with Lincoln High School to get those kids over as well. What else is on your radar, Rennie, in terms of programs? What's coming up? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I wish I had the exact date, but I know we had to change it. But we are planning sometime in March. It'll be a Saturday in March, a Saturday evening. We're looking at doing a bingo night as a fundraiser for the Y. And it'll be held at Snappers. They've had it bingo before, and so we're pleased that Joe Sardi is going to accommodate that, and it'll be a fun night. Another one of those things that it's an event that we can give back to people, but also people are giving to the Y, and it's fun for everybody. And so as soon as that information comes out, we will be plugging that and on our Facebook page and get that information out so you can enjoy it and have a good. good fun time.
I'll bet you get a big turnout for that.
I hope so.
Yeah. So look forward to that coming up in March. Be on the lookout for those things. And, Rennie, back to Why Survivor, I was remiss that I didn't mention this. Another really good kind of overall prize package for the folks that are participating. Another partially paid trip to Cancun or destination of your choice. And that has really led to a lot of people continuing to stick with that program. How about Why Survivor and just what you're seeing there?
Well, Gretchen and I sat down last year when we decided to do that and felt that I think having a bigger prize is incentive for people. And I said, that's what we're here for. I mean, it costs us a little bit more, but we were able to go out and get businesses that help sponsor that, which is huge. And I think they see that that's a great incentive, and it's good marketing for them too, that they're helping with that. And so I think that'll just continue. I think that's especially with that program, you need to have something big to, one, get people to sign up for it. And then two, once you sign up, to kind of have that carrot out in front of you for 12 weeks. Like, hey, I want to stick with this because I want to get my name in that chance.
Yeah. And then last year, it really kept the pool of people participating intact.
Yes.
You didn't really see a lot of drop off there. Again, Rennie, best way for folks to learn about the why.
Our website is a great tool, but if you haven't been to the Y, we say this every month, please come by and check us out. We've done a lot of updating to our front desk area and the lounge, and just come by and take a walk. We've got our front desk staff would love to give you a tour.
Sure. Very good. Rennie Cluver, Executive Director of the Clinton Y. Streaming of the morning show brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton.